You have a goal you keep not reaching. You wrote it down, you meant it, maybe you even told someone to make it real. And yet here you are, weeks or months later, roughly the same person, looking at roughly the same gap. It is tempting to blame the goal, set a bigger one, set a smaller one, find the perfect plan, but the goal was never the problem and neither was your willpower. The problem is quieter than that. It is who you are being in the small hours that nobody claps for. It is your system, and the morning is where that system either runs or it doesn't. James Clear put it in one sentence that belongs taped to every mirror. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Read that again. The goal is the outcome you want. The system is what you actually do repeatedly when no one is watching. And under pressure, you do not magically perform at the height of your ambition. You sink to the height of your habits. Your average morning is a far better prediction of your life than your biggest dream. This is not a new idea. More than a century ago, a Harvard psychologist named William James wrote that all of our life, so far as it has definite form, is but a mass of habits, bearing us irresistibly toward our destiny, whatever that destiny may be. Not your intentions, not your potential. Your habits, the ones so automatic you have stopped noticing them, are quietly steering the whole ship. And go back further still. Aristotle, 2,500 years ago, refused to believe that character comes first and action follows. He taught the opposite. We become just, he said, by doing just acts. We become brave by doing brave acts. You are not disciplined and then you act disciplined. You act and the acting is what makes you. There is no finished version of you waiting somewhere to arrive. There is only what you repeatedly do. Which brings it back to this morning. James Clear has another line and it reframes everything you will touch in the next hour. Every action you take, he wrote, is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. No single action remakes you, but the votes pile up and they become the evidence of who you are. So the alarm went off and you got up. That was a vote. You reached for your phone or you reached for the day. A vote. The first thing you do is not small. It is the opening ballot in an election you run every single morning for the office of who you get to be. Think about what this means for the work you actually care about. The book does not get written because you finally feel inspired. It gets written because on an ordinary morning you sat down before the inspiration arrived and cast the vote of a writer. The body does not change from one heroic session. It changes because again and again you became the kind of person who trains. The craft you admire in other people was never an outcome they reached. It was a system they ran on mornings exactly like this one, when it would have been easier not to. And there is a reason the first vote counts for more than the rest. It sets the momentum. Win the opening ballot, get up, move, do the one hard thing first, and you have told yourself, before the day has even started, that you are someone who keeps his promises. You carry that quiet proof into every harder choice that follows. Most people are voting without knowing it, and then they are surprised by the result. The disciplined person votes on purpose. Here is what changes when you actually believe this. You stop waiting to feel like the person you want to become and you start acting like them today in one small way on purpose, because the feeling was always going to come last. You stop measuring the day by whether you hit the goal and start measuring it by whether you ran the system. Did you cast the vote? Then the day was a success even if the scoreboard has not moved yet. The scoreboard always lags the system. And you stop despising small actions, the 5 honest minutes, the single rep, the page you read instead of scrolled. They feel too small to matter, and that is exactly the trap. They are not merely the path to the result. They are the result, arriving one vote at a time. You are not trying to change your life this morning. That is too big, and it is why people freeze. You are only trying to cast one clear vote for the person you are becoming. That is small enough to actually do. So decide who is on the ballot, out loud if it helps. I am not chasing the goal, I am running the system. I cast my first vote before the world votes for me. I act like the person I am becoming before I feel like them. I measure today by what I did, not by what I have not reached yet. I do the small thing because the small thing is the whole thing. I become what I repeatedly do, so I repeat what I want to become. I vote now. That is the practice, not a new goal. A system run on purpose, one morning at a time, and one honest vote for who you are choosing to be. If this gave you the first vote of your day, stay with this channel. Every morning, one disciplined hour to begin. And tonight, the other half of the same truth. You ran your system today, you cast your votes, but the outcome was never fully yours. Come back this evening to learn how to put it down. Begin disciplined, end reflective. Now cast the vote. Go.